Hi, I'm Mark Nickerson, and you are watching East Lyme's Issues and Answers, where we're taping our shows now at East Lyme Town Hall. Hopefully you notice a difference in quality and production value and all that. My good friend Paul Cram is helping us out. Thank you, Paul, so much for bringing your expertise and your lifelong passion to East Lyme Town Hall so that we can communicate to the taxpayers, to the voters, to the citizens, to the visitors that are tuning in, and to people all around the world watching on YouTube and East Lyme websites about our town. And it's kind of cool. So listen, if you have an idea for a show, call me, 860-691-4110. That's my number. Or you can email me at mnickerson@eltownhall.com. That's how you reach out to me. And we always respond to emails, phone calls, drop into the office as well. We're a proud town. We're proud to serve. It's an honor to serve you. We have today a real special guest. They're all special, aren't they? The East Lyme's biggest cheerleader. I mean, this gal came from nowhere or everywhere else and ended up on Hope Street, and we're just so happy to have you here on the show.
Main Street.
Oh, you're on Main Street.
Yeah.
That's right. I know where you live. Joyce Beauvais.
Hello, Mark.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
You are like a big deal in town. First of all, you're wearing a Niantic, Connecticut shirt. One of my favorites. I think I had the same color. And it's a great design in the back, right? The compass rose. And then, I heart my town.
That's right.
Yeah,
I do.
You know, me too. Me too. So many people do.
Yeah.
Joyce Beauvais is the artistic director and the founder of Shoreline Drama, who puts on plays in conjunction with our senior center. Can I say it that way?
Yeah.
Because you don't have to be a senior to be in these plays, but many are, and you work together with the senior center. But also, part of that is the Theater Under the Shell, which is going to be having its second production in its second year. And we built this band shell on our beautiful park of McCook's, and we always said it's not just going to be for music; it's going to be for all kinds of art, but especially theater. So first of all, welcome, Joyce.
Thank you so much.
That was a mouthful.
Happy to be, it was great. It was good. I liked it. Oh.
Yeah. Good. Welcome. You're no stranger to the stage, to cameras, to lighting, to stage makeup that I don't have on.
Because you're so handsome and tan, you don't need it.
They call me spray tan at work, but I really don't. I really don't do that. Which camera? So no, it's just I think I retain it. So Theater Under the Shell. First of all, as the first selectman in town, who it wasn't my idea to bring the band shell to the McCook's Park, but I certainly took the idea and ran with it.
Oh, I just
and we
loved
made
it.
Happen.
Yeah.
I need to personally thank you. I need to do that with witnesses. Thank you for bringing theater to that show.
It's so much fun. It's my pleasure.
And it's no work at all.
Oh, none. It's a piece of cake. It's exhausting.
It just happens.
Unbelievable. But we do clarify it by calling it pop-up summer stock theater.
Yeah. Because summer stock. What is summer stock in the true tradition?
Well,
of the
real theater is bricks and mortar and paid set designers and set building and things that are planned 2 years in advance.
Even summer stock?
Oh, sure.
Okay. Yeah.
But you won't know the difference.
Yeah.
But we do like to say it's our pop-up summer stock theater because we have to break it down after the show every night.
Oh, yeah.
Can't leave it in the band shell overnight.
No, unsupervised and security.
But
and
it looks and sounds and feels with all the heart and soul of real theater.
I've seen many of your productions. I admit I haven't seen them all.
Yeah.
Things get in the way, but they just keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
And last year's production was a monster to tackle. It was a big production.
It was, yeah.
But hilarious.
Yeah.
Funny, and we had local people putting it on for local people, and people just enjoyed it.
Oh, so much fun! It's really my baby. It's just a dream come true. I mean, to love this town and then to have it in that beautiful location and have my friends and neighbors in it, and it's real theater. It's memorized. It's not staged reading.
Right.
You know, it's a joy. It's really scary. There are all sorts of problems that come up, and it's really hard work. But then it's the magic of theater. It happens. By opening night, there it is. And everyone thought, well, how's this going to happen? And yet it does.
Let's talk about the house. Let's talk about the theater.
Yeah.
And the magic of that
Yeah.
theater. Let's talk about
Yeah.
what happened during your productions last year. I think it was during full moons.
It was.
And we would turn around after, maybe it was between acts,
Yeah,
or it was at the
unbelievable.
end of the night, and we'd turn around, and there was this moon shining
On
on
the
the
water.
bay, just above the treetops, and it was really
It was stunning.
goosebumps right
it
now.
was total
talking about
goosebumps.
it. Yeah.
It was such a beautiful setting.
Yeah, real nice,
Yeah.
and wonderful summer nights here in East Lyme.
Yeah,
Niantic,
right. It
you know?
is. It's magic at Niantic. It truly is.
Magic in Niantic, fantastic in Niantic, we
Yeah.
like to say, but it's great. So this year's going to be the second production. Why don't you announce it to
Okay.
to the world?
It's Neil Simon's The Last of the Red Hot Lovers. And it's a wonderful, hilarious comedy. We're doing it with a little bit of a twist that you'll find out about as the audience. I'm not going to tell you in advance, but it only makes it better.
Will you tell me off camera?
Sure.
Okay, good. As long as I get to know.
You get to know.
And I can't keep a secret, so don't worry. The whole town's going to know if I...
And we have just an extraordinary cast. One of our cast members, she works at Cafe Soul. She's Tabitha Miranda's daughter, Miranda.
Okay.
And she went to college in New York City to study theater, and now she is.
wow.
She's doing it here, and Danielle Scott, whose mom lives right down the street from me and works at Crescent Point. It's really a neighborhood family. The crew is from family, the neighborhood,
Right.
but yet all talented, brilliant
Yeah.
actors. Some actors from Ivyton, some from Old Saybrook, but right in the neighborhood.
Great. So great. It's Neil Simon. So,
Funny.
right away we know it's going to be a good story. He hasn't had too many bones.
No, this was a big hit on Broadway.
Yes, it was.
He wrote it in 1968, and it was produced on Broadway in 1970. And believe it or not, what was just mainstream Broadway is now a little naughty.
Yeah.
It really is. So we're making it a little less naughty, but still all the fun. And we're
So-
keeping it in that period.
No kidding. So it
Yeah.
has to be less naughty now for the
Is
stage.
that something?
Yeah.
Well,
You
you've
think
got a
we've
wide
evolved and
audience.
actually, in this politically correct
Exactly.
day and age,
I know.
and maybe rightfully so for a lot of reasons, but we've taken a step back a little bit and said,
little bit,
maybe
yeah.
that's not appropriate anymore.
Yeah.
Interesting. And of course,
But it's
you're
still
also
pretty
putting on a
naughty.
town production.
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
town
That's what
park.
I try to keep in
So,
mind. Yeah.
yeah.
But it's hilarious. And it's about this poor guy, Barney Cashman, who inherited his fish restaurant in Queens called King of the Sea from his father. And he grew up in it. He shucks oysters every day of his life. He's been a good husband. He's been married for 28 years. But in the back of his mind, he's got a little itch that he might like to find out if she was his high school sweetheart. What would it be like? So each act is one act in Barney Cashman's quest for maybe having a little romance outside of marriage. Never happens, but he gives it the old college try. And the women that he chooses are hilarious.
Yeah. We'll have fun.
If
with
he,
this.
he couldn't have
Great.
found three worse women if he tried. You know?
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna have a ball putting this on.
It's hilarious.
It's,
and I played one of the women myself.
You did?
Yes. I played the part that Miranda is now going to play
Okay.
with Frank Sutton, who played Sergeant Carter in Gomer Pyle.
Oh yeah.
And I toured with that and played that role for a long time.
You were in a touring production of this play.
And it's the first time I've done it as a director or anything else
Yeah.
since way back then.
You've had a long history with this
Yeah.
stage and film and
Yeah.
and all that. We've talked in previous episodes, I guess we call this. When did you? At what age did you get started? I won't say how long ago it was, but at what age
It was,
did you get started?
about 10, 15 years ago when I was 7.
Were you 7?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So the family encouraged it, obviously.
No,
you were driving then.
I didn't have stage parents. My father was a crooner, and in Boston, he'd been discovered, and he was all over the newspapers.
Oh, no
and then he went into the war, and when he came out, they had kids, and he decided, or just after the war, and so he went into radio. He wrote for Bob and Ray, and to advertising, and so I think and they met in a play.
How about that?
Yeah, and so I just wanted to do it, and I made them let me do it. I volunteered my father to write the Armistice Day play in school and write a starring role for me, and
There
he
it is.
kindly did.
There it is.
And I was off to the races. And I did a
great.
lot of commercials through his advertising agency.
Great. Good,
Yeah.
good. Joyce, artistic director and founder of Shoreline Drama, who's putting on the theater Under the Shell, which will be a stage production of the last I can't read my writing. Last of the Red Hot Lovers.
Yeah.
And this is over like 2 weekends in the week between. So the dates are not scattered. They're bunched together with one night off. Saturday, July 28th. Let me do it this way. Saturday, July 28th through August 5th, which is a Sunday, so over 2 weekends, with one night off being the Friday, August 3rd.
And the
How about
reason
that?
that
How
we
about putting it
open
that
on
way?
a Saturday and we have the Friday off is because there are great concerts all
There's
summer
a band
in
shell
the band
concert.
shell.
Right.
So-
And it's not bad to have a night off
Oh, no,
in
it's good.
between.
It's good.
And of course, there's weather concerns too. So you schedule a lot of productions because you might lose a couple because of the
Yeah,
the
we
weather
had
coming
last
in.
summer we had one rain night.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's no tickets in advance. The audience comes and we have a suggested donation. Bring your picnics. We have a food truck. So there's no refunds.
Right.
You come if it's nice. You
It's
don't
nice.
come if it's
Sure.
raining.
Bring a picnic or
Yeah.
and all that. Let's talk about the suggested donations because it's not cheap to put on.
No, it isn't.
And we really actually need, if you're coming, please be prepared to put $20 a head into the bucket.
Well, we
if
suggest
you can.
15, but if you can, but you can put in 20 or 100. We've had really generous, wonderful sponsors in the community out of the goodness of their hearts, including you and Geico.
Oh.
And we've had Rings End, Crescent Point, Main Brace, Liquors. Niantic Baptist Church is giving us their church to rehearse in as a donation.
Wow.
I'm going to forget
There's,
people. We
I
have a
know,
lot.
and there'll be a program, and
Yeah.
we'll make sure that all the sponsors, if you think of
Yeah.
any, just throw them out.
Yeah.
But the many organizations that want to support this because they see
Village
the value.
Mortgage, Bayside.
Right, right.
We got a lot of
Terrific.
people this year. We're
Terrific.
really lucky.
And we'll need our patrons. We'll need the folks coming.
Oh, definitely.
To, we don't have a theater set up where there's a gate and, a wall where we block out the visual. We'd like you to enter. We'd like you to participate by donating as well when you come up to see theater Under the Stars. And, it's a good family outing, too.
And you might see Mark Nickerson in it for a minute.
Joyce is trying to talk me into doing this.
Yes.
For a hot second.
Yes.
Each night, and we'll take a look at my meeting schedule and make up a few meetings. But I'll show up.
I know
I'll
you
show
will.
up once or twice.
Yeah.
For sure. Tell me about the other. This is an ongoing passion of yours.
It is.
You've been doing this your whole life, or certainly the last several years, in this format.
Yeah.
And you've joined with a senior center in town and put on some productions. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how people can be mindful of that and maybe get involved.
Yep.
I
We
know
do
you
the
staged
East Lyme
readings.
Players for adults.
Yeah.
We like working with the senior center. First of all, we love the director, Kathy Wilson. She's a marvelous human being, and she gets theater, and the programs director, Kristen Karamanika. So they're angels for us. But we also, have to constantly ask for donations for both groups. And the senior center is a .org. So people can donate and get a tax letter or a letter thanking them.
Right.
So it really, where the town can't do that.
Right.
So it's a nice marriage in a lot of ways. And we have so much fun. It's open to people that have a little bit of experience, no experience, a lot of experience, or maybe you just have gone to theater all your life and thought, oh, gosh, I'd love to do that. I'd love to try it. And it's amazing what we bring out in you. And
Awesome.
it's just so much fun.
I know, and you have so much fun doing it.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, yeah.
And going back to the Theater Under the Shell, you're already in rehearsals.
We are.
We're still in June, and you're already, the cast is set, you're in full
Yeah,
rehearsal
our first
mode.
rehearsal was yesterday, and this was our second today, and we'll be rehearsing, and then the last week we rehearsed in the band shell.
Right, okay.
And we're going to do our technical rehearsal on the Wednesday night before we open, so we can see if we have any lighting that works. And try out the microphones. So if you're around, you might get a sneak peek, but we won't be ready for you, really.
Right. Well, great. Listen, this is just going to be an awesome production. July 28th, it opens up.
Yeah.
It goes through that weekend, so
We
Saturday,
start
Sunday.
at 6 at night.
6 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay.
6 p.m. and it's a full-length show with one intermission.
What does that mean? How many hours?
Probably, you're
I know
probably
you
there.
haven't done it yet.
No, I haven't timed it yet.
Yeah.
But probably all told with intermission, 2:15, 2.5 hours,
Yeah,
something like that.
great.
So you start out with the sun and you end up with the moon
The moonshine.
and the stars.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No moonshine.
No
I
moonshine.
didn't mean moonshine. Do not bring moonshine.
Lemonade.
It's not allowed. Terrific. Well, I wish you the best. And
Thanks.
I am so grateful that you're bringing this to our town.
It's really funny.
To have a band shell with no content inside. And, we have great bands that come up there on every Friday night, and I think the schedule is 7 and 9 every Friday night, starting on Celebrate East Lyme night, and then every Friday afterwards through a month or two.
Right.
But we need to have more than just music, and you're bringing this theater group, and I think it's great.
The audiences loved it last year.
Yes, they did.
And that's why we're back again, because all year long everybody was asking me, are you going to do it again in the summer? I've run into people in town. So we'll keep doing it every year.
And let's get the word out throughout the region.
Yes.
This isn't an East Lyme thing either. Let's bring people to our town. Let's have them frequent our main street and our restaurants.
I will say that it's probably pretty special. I think there's one or two Shakespeare in the park, but we're doing plays, just plays, not musicals, just comedies.
Right.
And it makes it unique. We're a unique little town that we're doing this,
Yes.
And so it is great if everybody from the neighboring communities come in and have a fun night of theater.
Joyce Beauvais, my guest this evening. I love what you do. I love the spirit you bring. You're the town's unofficial cheerleader, one of many.
One of many,
but
yeah.
You love our town.
I
So
do.
says your shirt, and I love what you do.
Thank you,
Keep
Mark.
it up. You bring something to our town that isn't necessarily brick and mortar. It fills the insides a little bit, and it makes us just celebrate life a little bit. You know, to be able to go
Forget
to
your
theater
troubles.
outside.
Yeah.
It's great. My name is Mark Nickerson. I'm your first selectman in the town of East Lyme. It's my pleasure to be so, and it's also a pleasure that you tuned in to watch this. Tune in next time to watch Issues and Answers. We'll see you next time.